Where are all the nice guys at? Because y'all aren't where I'm at. I'm so sick of dating assholes, and I'm so sick of talking to guys and immediately getting a... I want nice, courteous, thoughtful men to come my way. Please.
Here's the thing. We are not where you're at because we want to be away from women like you. Some of us are like me in Southeast Asia. I didn't even come here to date Thai women necessarily. I came here to get away from women like you with nose rings and tattoos, as I can see from your other videos. Women who admit that they've spent their best years, their 20s and 30s in your case, dating assholes. We don't want that anymore, and now you're simply undateable. The only reason I hope videos like this pop up on my feed and everyone's feeds more and more, which they do, is so that younger women who haven't gotten the tattoos yet, haven't been damaged by the assholes, don't have this type of attitude, can see it and realize that they don't want to become you or a woman like you, because you are now out of options. And I see more and more American women posting videos like this saying, whoa, what happened? I want a good man. I'm sorry, you do no longer deserve a good man. Like I said, a lot of us have just left America for Southeast Asia, for South America, just to get peace and quiet. And no boy, it is very peaceful here. But a lot of other men who couldn't escape the horror that is American and European dating scene have just stopped approaching women, stopped logging into dating apps, and they have just found peace with making money, spending time with their friends and family, having amazing hobbies, traveling, and most importantly, keeping their peace and keeping their money. They're at home. They're at their friends' houses. They are in Europe backpacking and having a good time because it is no longer worth, unfortunately, dating American and European women. And I've been seeing these videos more and more and more on a daily basis. More and more women are finally realizing that the majority of good men that they would want have walked away one way or another. And the ones that are left, the simps that they kind of played around with, because it's so easy to take advantage of a simp and take his money and get the attention and validation. But at some point, just like with any drug, you can't up the dose without really killing yourself. And that's what women are now realizing, that they cannot up the dose. And even the simps in America and Europe are realizing, like, yeah, that's not really working out for us anymore. I'm tired of spending all this money and, time on these women, and I don't even get much from these women that I thought I would, like a sandwich or some peace. So simps are walking away, and the good men are walking away, and women are feeling it. They realize that they don't get approached as much. The dating apps are no longer working for them, and on and on and on. Many of them take matters in their own hands and post videos like this, or go to like Home Depot, whatever, grocery stores, and try to dress up and attract some men. And, that will probably still work for a little bit, but the tide is turning. The tide is turning. Enough of men, especially good, high-value men, have walked away, where women are now realizing that, it is almost impossible to get a good man, and the cats and antidepressants can only get you so far, usually into your 40s, when you realize that no, we're all designed to be paired up, and we do need a man, especially women. They realize that their careers, even though are feeding them and buying them cars and houses, is not enough, as far as the emotional intake that they require as women. And of course, a lot of them realize that, hey, if I was just a wife and married a good man, I would just get the house and the car anyway. All I would have to do is have a nice life and take care of my man who I love and attracted to. But that's not the path that a lot of women have taken. The tide is turning. The tide is turning. The one good thing about 2026, as I mentioned in some of my videos before, is that things will not get any worse for men, right? We're at the all-time low as far as the choices of women for us, especially in America and in other Western countries. But as women are finally feeling the pain from many different ways, they have started, the pendulum that swung way, way too much in the women's favor, and now it's finally slow coming down because it's no longer in women's favor. So for those of you gentlemen who would like to date and create a relationship, and maybe I would not recommend getting married, but having a life partner, you just have to wait. Things are starting to turn around. Wait for a few years when things will start getting into more of a normal territory, and then you can. Because right now we're essentially in a bubble. Just like the real estate bubble or a stock market bubble, you don't buy when the prices are too high. You wait for them to crash back to earth, and then you can continue a normal dating life. For now, I invite you to improve yourselves, because there's always room for improvement for every man. You should improve yourself on a daily basis. And one of these days, when the day will come for you to start trying to date again, you want to be competitive in essentially a new marketplace with other men. But most importantly, if you are one of those guys who does require that one thing that a lot of us do, you got to remember, you can get it in many other ways where it's only limited to sex, and it is wastes much less time and money. So, gentlemen, things are finally starting to improve little by little, and videos like this is a great indication. And to women who are in her position, I'm sorry. I know you guys are not used to taking responsibilities for your actions, but this is one of those times that you're just gonna have to. A woman like her in her 40s with a nose ring and tattoos and this attitude in the past will never be desirable by a man that she is seeking. She's talking about a nice guy, but I don't think she's after a simp. I think she's after a good man, and that's what these women don't even understand, the difference between the nice guy and a good man. So just wait a little bit, gentlemen. And for those of you ladies who are younger and haven't totally screwed up your dating life and your value to men, please look at these sad women and ask yourself, do you want to continue in that route, or do you want to actually go back to what your mothers and grandmothers used to be and used to offer to men? Think about it. Either way, I'm having a great time watching this unfold all the way from over here, the paradise, Southeast Asia. If you're a single guy and you're still dating, well, let me help you out when it comes to analyzing dating profiles. All you have to do is take snapshots of a dating profile of a girl you're interested in and upload it into this ChatGPT app called the Dating Profile Analyzer. It is free, and it will give you all the green, yellow, and most importantly, red flags about that profile. You're welcome.